Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Kevin Costner is no stranger to skepticism. Before Field of Dreams premiered in 1989, a Vanity Fair profile predicted it would probably disappear quickly due to its curiously literary and undramatic nature. Fast forward, and millions have flocked to the Dyersville, Iowa cornfield where Ray Kinsella is famously told, "If you build it, he will come." Costner reflected on that early criticism in an exclusive interview with E! News, noting it was so dismissive that Field of Dreams would fade immediately. Yet here we are, still celebrating it decades later with families across generations. That's how I aim to create films, and that's the vision for Horizon. Known for taking bold risks, some paying off spectacularly, like his Oscar-winning directorial debut Dances with Wolves, and others falling flat. Costner's Horizon, An American Saga, is his ambitious four-part exploration of Civil War-era westward migration. He left Yellowstone to focus on this long-in-the-making project, enduring skepticism from the industry even before its first chapter debuted in June. "I'm not surprised by the dismissiveness I've faced throughout my career," Costner said. "But with Horizon, it's out of their hands now. Critics might point to box office numbers, but I believe this film will resonate for the next 50 years. He added, "There's a moment when you want your children to see this movie and understand what their ancestors endured. It's more than just a Western. It's a history of migration and survival, and I'm truly proud of it." Subsequently, the 69-year-old remains undeterred by the decision to take Horizon, An American Saga, Chapter 2 off the summer release schedule instead of putting it in theaters August 16, just 7 weeks after the first film opened. In a statement released on July 10, New Line Cinema and Kevin Costner's Territory Pictures announced a strategic shift to give audiences a greater opportunity to discover the first installment. The move was further enhanced when the Venice Film Festival chose to host the world premiere of the film. Costner expressed his excitement about the news, noting that both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 will screen together on September 7, with Chapter 1 in the morning and Chapter 2 in the evening. "They understand that it's a saga," he remarked. Originally, showing Chapter 2 in Venice had been a dream for Costner. He reflected on how he had anticipated a release schedule of 4 to 6 months apart, but the studio saw an opportunity for a more immediate rollout, which surprised him. "I don't feel that anymore," he laughed, acknowledging the shift. Costner had always envisioned a Venice premiere, understanding that festivals typically won't screen films that have already debuted elsewhere. "One thing happens, and then the next opportunity arises," he said. "When he believes in an idea, he invests heavily. He has put $38 million of his own money into bringing Chapter 1 to life. I don't really fall out of love with something I feel strongly about," he explained. "Unless someone convinces me it needs to go in a different direction, my commitment remains strong." Costner acknowledged that he has occasionally been persuaded to reconsider his stance in the past, but in this instance, he emphasized, "My job is to bring something original to people. Creating a compelling Western is truly challenging." He expressed pride in the performances he drew from the film's extensive cast, particularly highlighting his 15-year-old son, Hayes Costner, who played a small but crucial role. Costner praised Sienna Miller, Gina Malone, and Abby Lee for their standout performances in Chapter 1, promising that they shine even brighter in the sequel. "They're really alive now that you know them," he noted. A key goal for Costner was to present a genuine portrayal of westward expansion. These towns, like St. Louis, Tucson, and Phoenix, once had a single stake driven into the ground, claiming land that belonged to indigenous populations who didn't welcome them, he explained. Despite naysayers warning him that an ambitious original Western wouldn't succeed in the streaming era, he chose to ignore the doubts. Instead, he embraced the coffee culture, launching the Horizon Blend by Kevin Costner in collaboration with Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, which fueled his extensive press tour for Chapter 1. "It's important for me to maintain authenticity in everything I do," Costner shared during a Zoom call from his home in Santa Barbara, coffee in hand. "I thought, why can't we do something like this? I enjoy coffee every day." He appreciated how Green Mountain worked closely with him to perfect his dark roast blend, but added with a chuckle, "I'm the type who likes to add all sorts of extras, like chocolate, which is why his Mountainside Mocha Latte is also a favorite."